YouTube, it's me, your favourite Steve. Shell Stirring, he's just done a video. As I press record, Shell Stirring, he's come up. What did you? Hey, dude, just in the loft. Just got back from a run, my first run in like, it's got to be about 3 weeks. Killed me, it was proper raining. And my shins were on fire. It happens, but man, that really hurt me, that did. My shins are killing. Absolutely soaked. But yeah, just up in the loft getting some stuff. Weekend was terrible for sales. I think in total, I've had 2 so far today, but in total over just Friday and Saturday, I think it was 3 or 4. And I had a few on Friday, but yeah, shockingly bad. Sold that big Shrek thing there. But yeah, just bad. At the same time, now I had a really lazy weekend. I didn't do anything on. So I listed 6 items on Saturday morning because Liam woke up early. Liam woke up about 5 o'clock in the morning, so I went down and let him have a play and do his echolale while I did some listing. But yeah, I think I did 6 listings and I've got 3 scheduled to go straight away, and then 3 for the Saturday. But yeah, just shite all weekend. But again, I didn't list enough. I just didn't list enough. So it's my own fault. It's my own fault, really. I think Friday I had a bit of a lacklustre day as well. The wife's off on a Friday. I just love it to be, so you just don't get nothing done. Which is around, I just don't get anything done. But yeah, dead. But I have, in general, it ended up being my best month on record on eBay, so that's good. And I've still got another 6 days, so I've still got, including today, so I've still got another 6 days worth of sales to come through, and I'm, quite a bit ahead now. What's the word? My aim this month, I'd love to do it. Hopefully, I'm going to try and list like a badass this week. But I'd love to get. This might be nothing to anybody else, but for me personally, I'd love to get over £1,000 profit this month. That would be amazing. But we'll see. Also, I'm thinking about changing my kind of. Trying to change my structure of money. I'm a bit. I wouldn't say. What's the word? I'm gonna have to. I might show you an update on my spreadsheet. I know it bores the crap out of most people, but I enjoy a good spreadsheet, and that's how I work out my money every month. But I'm paying certain bills now with the house and stuff like that. But what I do is I save like a certain amount of money every month. It's 25% of like every sale, so that kind of gets saved. But what I was doing, I was taking bills out of that money, and it was kind of a wage. But what I think I might do, so 25%, and then 75% goes back on stock. And like if I go out or if I buy something for myself or something like that, it comes out of the stock money. The 25% money doesn't get touched until the end of the month when bills have got to come out. But what I'm thinking about doing is maybe taking bills out of my money as well, and just saving that money and having it saved and put away, and just letting it add up by itself. Not telling the wife, because if she knows, bless her, if she knows I've got like, I don't know, over a few months it might be a couple of grand or whatever. She knows I've got that saved. My wife's going to spend it, so I'll just keep that to one side as like a kind of rainy day fund. I know nobody's interested. I've said this 100 times. I must say it in every video. 50% of these videos are for anybody that wants to kind of watch this and get tips and entertain. Sorry, my mustache. I need to trim my mustache. It keeps getting up my nose and everything. 50% of these videos are for if people want to watch them or follow my journey and stuff like that, or like me or whatever. But the other 50% is really for me to watch back and go, like, oh, so that's when you made that decision, or that's when you made that decision. So if sometimes you go, why the fuck are you telling us this? It's because, it's more for me. But yeah, weekend sales was shite. But I'll show you that it's going to be difficult because it's absolutely chucking it down with rain. So I might not be able to get the stuff out of the shed, but I think there's only 2 or 3 things out of the shed that I need to get. But I'll show you what I've got getting out of the loft at the minute, what I've got to pack up, and give you a roundabout price and stuff. Also, Hitchin is this weekend, this Saturday. Getting a train with Matt. I booked the tickets, so I'm hoping to freaking them. They'll be alright. Matt, if you end up watching it, and they'll be fine. But yeah, we're getting into Hitchin. If there's anybody that watches my vlog that I haven't met you before, come and say hello or whatever. I am a bit of an introvert. I keep myself to myself. So come and say hello. I will chat. I might seem a little bit offish, but come and have a chat. Come and say hello if you've never met me before. And if you haven't met me, don't say hello because I've met you once and go away. I'm joking. But yeah. So yeah, I always get nervous for these kind of meetups and stuff. Even though like I probably, I chat to some people like every day through WhatsApp and stuff, and I'm still like, hello, and like, I mean, we have banter through WhatsApp most of the day, so it's still a bit weird. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not drinking while I'm there, as you know, so I'm very tempted. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very tempted. Part of me's like, come on, have a tickle. But I don't think I'm gonna, because it just ends up getting messy. I'll have one. I'm there from freaking midday, drinking 12 hours. I'd rather it be Andrew that gets in a drunken mess than me. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It should be nice. Nice to see people again. I don't think I'm gonna do any sourcing while I'm there. So yeah, I'll go through the little amounts that I've got to ship out today. Nothing amazing, as I've said. And then, yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Right, before I show you the stuff, I've just had to move all these walking sticks, all these bits and bobs down here to clear that space, just to find that. One of the pain in the arses of having stuff up in the loft. When we had this thingy done, look, there's a big gap there. So, like, I've got to learn. This has obviously fell over at some point, the fire companion, and this has just rolled. Somehow it's perfectly fell down there. Just had to lie across there and go underneath. Had to move a shit ton of stuff. Bloody nightmare. But I got it. But yeah, this is part of what I've sold today. Right, what up YouTube? So this is the little bits that I've got to pack up out of the loft. I've still got to get 4 more things out of the shed. I might get them today, I might leave it till tomorrow. The weather is absolutely terrible. So you've got this, I think it's 24-inch Shrek. I think it was 24. This cost me, I think it was like £3. It sold for 18. I used to get these big plushies all the time. Whenever I saw a big plush, I'd pick them up, but I'm trying to get plush mounting down in the loft. I'm glad to see the back of this, to be fair. I'm trying to get it down. I was getting too many big plushies, and then they'd just be hanging around for far too long. This one was from earlier on this year, I think. Probably, I can't even remember. I think it was probably March, April this year. But yeah, this cost me about £3, sold for 18. Another fire companion. I picked up a fire companion actually last week that I haven't done a video on yet. But this cost £3.50 and it sold for £20. It's got kind of like a ship pattern. Ship, not the other one. I think it's Mayflower or something is the name on there, the ship. I'm not sure if that's a ship. Next, this actually sold this morning. The Lion King Timon plush. It's probably because Lion King's on Sky at the minute. Another comic, The Science of Shit. That's my 3rd comic that I've sold now. It's the cheap ones that are going at the minute though. I've got the other ones listed for like around 10, but this went for like $4.99. This one Now, naughty me. This one actually sold, I think it was Wednesday. It cost me £3.50 and it sold for £29.99. I sold two of these light shades last week. Yeah, I'm sure I'll do a video on the other light shade in my sales video this week. But yeah, this cost me £4.50. I was a little bit late sending it out. I think it sold on Wednesday. I'm sure it sold on Wednesday. I don't like to go to the post office on a Friday with the wife. But on Thursday, that was it. 2 light shades had sold. Yeah, so 2 light shades had sold on Wednesday, and I couldn't get both of them to the post office on the same day because they were in big boxes. So I left this one, sent the other one. I'm going to send this first class today. They'll get it in time, no problem. But yeah, £4.50 sold for £30. This little what is it? Display plate stand. I actually got this from another reseller. Another reseller sold me like a job lot of porcelain stuff and stuff like that. It's, I can't remember what what's it. See, it's got a lot of grazing on. Belvita, is it, or something? The Bella Vista. I can't remember. I think when you broke it down, it was like 77p each out of the stuff that had come out of that job lot. So this cost me 77p. It was coming up to going on, I think it was a half pro. No, I think it was listed. I can't remember. No, I think it was coming up for bids. I was about to put it on like a 99p bid, see if it went up. And I think it had a few watchers, so I sent some offers out to watchers. I think I sent out like £9 to watchers. And then this sold for 9. Next is this pigtail brass shoehorn. This cost me £2. Or anything in a charity shop, if I see brass, I'll pick it up if it's less than a £5. But yeah, this cost me 2, it sold for 10. And then these two, I was glad to see the back of these. Is it Naruto or something like that? When I picked these up, they were in a charity shop in not Sedgley, Kings Winford. They were in a charity shop in Kings Winford. They were £3 each. Yeah, they were £3 each. I thought I'd get more for them, you know, kind of anime. I think at the time I was picking up a lot of the anime comic books, and you know, that, if you watch my videos back, I was selling a lot of anime book sets for like 50-60 quid at the time, and when I picked these two up, I thought, oh, they'll be worth more. I thought I was getting a bargain for £3. When I looked them up, they weren't really. It's hard, not really selling in the UK. They're selling more abroad, so I don't know. But they cost £3 each. I put them both on for 15. I think they lasted about a month, so maybe I underpriced them. But yeah, they sold for 15. But I have got a couple more bits and bobs that I've got to get out the shed. I'll probably show you them in a bit. So yeah, not very much. What up, YouTube? Right, these were the last bits that I've just got out of the shed. Sorry about the light. Light doesn't stretch over to the... Right, just turn the kitchen light on. Will that make a difference? No, zero. These were the few little bits I just had to get out of the shed. I had to get some packaging. It stopped raining for a little bit, so I had to rush out there. You've got this velvet, kind of weird, kind of 1970s drug culture kind of pattern on this kind of velvet shirt. This cost me $1.99, so for 15. I have no clue. I think this has cost me £1. I wouldn't have paid any more than £1. I'll say £1. It's a Marvel. I don't think it's Imaginext, because Imaginext isn't Marvel. I think this is Play School. The lizard figure. Normally if I get a bunch of these, I bundle them up, but this one was like worth £10 by itself, so that sold for £10. Ben 10, again, it's another half price one. Another half price sale, they went for like £3.50. And then this DeWalt battery, again, was on half price. I did originally have it on for 45 quid. Ended up putting it half price for 22.49. yeah, for £22.49. Again, it was from one of those tool hauls that I got last year. So it cost me, I think it's 65p, 72 or 65p, I can't remember. So like, I think that's what I'm finding with putting a lot of this stuff on half price is, although like you might send offers to watchers, when you put the stuff on half price, they get an alert saying it's half price now. And even I'm happy with getting 22 quid for that off 65p, you know what I mean? So it's all gravy. So yeah, that's the last bits of the weekend, as I said. Not the best weekend, but sales are sales, isn't they? What up, YouTube? How you doing? It's Tuesday. I wanted to actually wrap up what I did yesterday. It wasn't the greatest footage in the world, but you know, I wanted to do that. I want to do that weekly, even if it's like 2 sales over the weekend, just to show. Yeah, I didn't wrap up the video yesterday because I was mad, and I didn't want to. I was gonna do like a kind of little bit of ranty bit for this video, but I've calmed down now. I'm better. No, me and my wife have talked, but yesterday, if you watch my video, actually, I think it's the last video I did. Sorry, it's raining. So just in the kids' room. It was the last video I did, talking about Liam and his space at the special needs school for 2020, so what, next year, next September time. We finally got through to that department to find out whether he's got space or not, or to find out like what the process, or what the process, the what's the word, what the I can't think of the word, where we are basically, where we are in the process of him, I don't know, drip feeding him into the school, you know, and going there once a week, all that stuff. Well, my wife got through. She spoke to the person, and they said they had no notes about Liam going to this special needs school. So we were like, well, my wife's like, well, no, because what's happened is every bit of paper, we went through all our paperwork over the weekend, every bit of paperwork over the weekend, it says he's starting at the school in 2020. And they were saying there's nothing on their records. So we spoke to some other people, and basically they've been all going by this one lady's statement, the same that we have, and she's been backing that up. Even when it comes to like him getting a diagnosis for autism, and the school that he's at now, and all different consultants, speech and language, and all the other people that he sees about 3 or 4 different people. And they all thought, well, yeah, he's going to the special ed school in September. Apparently, it's not. Well, they're saying they're going to look into it, they're going to do more information, but from our experience, it took us. We've been talking about this since he was 3. He's now 6. So it's took us 3 years to get to the position that we're in, where there were even this lady, even though she was full of shit and she made it up, has said that he was going to a special ed school. So what we think's happened? Again, I watch a lot about politics, so I blame it on politics. But for me, what I think's happened is this lady's known that she was leaving. We've, because we've dealt with this before with a lot of different consultants to tell. I mentioned it in my vlog last week. They tell you what you want to hear. They tell you that everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Like, we were told stuff about Liam that he was doing at school and in consultant meetings where we were like, no, we were going, no, he's not doing that, or we were going, well, what are we doing? What are we doing wrong? Like, he was doing certain things, maybe writing his name, and like he's never wrote, like you can't write his name now. So just people bullshit you to make you feel better about. He's not that bad, So we're used to this. So this. When we had this meeting with this woman, I remember coming out the meeting. Shell said, "I remember you saying it to me when we came out the meeting." Um, the whole thing was that the opening thing she said, there was hundreds of kids that are on this waiting list. So when I sat there, I heard there's hundreds of kids on this waiting list, and the first thing that went through my head was, well, he's not going to get a space. If there's hundreds of kids on this waiting list, he's not going to get a space. He's just we're going to be waiting for years. We're going to be. I remember saying, and my wife told me yesterday. I remember saying when I come out of that meeting, I said, so basically, he's not going anywhere until he's in senior school, really. And even if it gets to that point, it'll be a thing where we turn around and say, you know what, he's not going to senior school. So I want to learn. That's one time I put my foot. He will not be going to a mainstream senior school. It's just not going to happen. But when we come out of the meeting, my wife was like, no, she said we've got paperwork. And she was showing me the paperwork, and this paperwork, look, she's given us paperwork. It says that he starts at 2020. But by the looks of that paperwork, could have just been, it's just bollocks, because we've said to like the people who we spoke to, we've got paperwork, and they were like, well, it's not. We've spoke to like the special ed school, and they're saying they know of him, and they know of him because they send teachers into the school he's in now to do certain things with him, and obviously other kids that are in the school that are under the spectrum. So but when you speak to the head teacher and you get further down the line, they're like, no, nothing's been put into place, nothing's been sorted out, he's not down, his name's not down for starting in 2020 at all. So they're looking into it, but I left it last night because I was seething mad last night, like really mad last night. So I thought I'm not going to put it on video, but yeah. But at the minute we don't know where we stand at the minute. I think from experience, they're not going to sort something. They might. I speaking to Shell last night. I think it might be. Then it might be a thing that they might sort something out because we were lied to. That could be something, because we were lied to and we were promised things, and we have paperwork and we have other consultants to back us up that, they thought. Because the thing you've got to take into account is, even with the school and his consultants, that, I'm trying to think of, okay, there's one for sensory processing, like, where he goes on trampolines and stuff to like get his, we don't do it, but we're meant to do like sensory exercises with him. I'll give him a good squeeze, but you're kind of meant to do it with him every morning and get him into some kind of routine. But sometimes he gets up at 5 o'clock. It's like, you try and get him to do some kind of sensory exercises at 5 o'clock. And they've all been working with the thing that at the end of this year, all those things are going to be under one roof at a special ed school. So all these meetings that he has to go to, and speech and language, and that's the only one I can remember right now. He's got about three or four different ones. All these people have been going into school to see him. It's been a thing of, well, it's all going to be under one roof next year. No, it's probably not going to be. So this woman lying has now affected all these like departments and stuff, and we don't know where we stand. We don't even know with the school. We think he'll be all right, but we know the school will working at the fact that we won't have Liam next year. Oh, we don't know. His head of year doesn't know at the minute, because we found out after school yesterday. So his head of year doesn't know at the minute. So I'll have to note at the reception for it to give me a ring at some point. But yeah, we just don't know where we stand. We don't know if he's got a place or anything. Could be a thing. I might have to knock reselling on the head and become a stay-at-home. I don't know what I can teach him, but schooling him from home, I don't know. Like I don't mind him really going into year he's in year one now. I don't mind him going into year two at that school. There's not a lot of difference. Remember when Lace went to year two, they're year two and year one are in the same corridor. So it's not a lot of difference. I think he's in the same class. But him jumping into juniors is a big difference. It was a big difference for Lace this year. It's in a completely different part of the school, completely different end. We don't know what the processes are when it comes to special needs. The further they get on in the school, we just don't know. So we don't know. But yeah, I thought I'd share that. I've calmed down, but yeah, don't know what. I'd love to know where this lady's gone. I think what she's done is the same thing with everything. Is what we'll do. We'll put a pin in it. Which I hate that phrase. We'll put a pin in it. We'll talk about it in so many months, and that's a lot of what happens when you go into these meetings. Is you only have a certain amount of time with them, and they're seeing, and it's funding. There's not enough people doing it. There's not enough money being. We've discussed it with. We've got a really good behavioural. It's another person, behavioural person that comes in with us, and she comes every other Friday to talk to me and the wife of anything, any issues or anything with school or anything like that. Where, she goes and sees him at school, and there's certain things that they're put in place at school to try and help us here and stuff. And like we've got a good relationship with her, and she's like very honest about the funds and very honest about like the way it works, and there's just not enough funding. And I'm guessing I'm not. This woman shouldn't have lied, but I'm guessing she knew. She must have known when she had that meeting with us in April. She must have known at that point that because it's just complete fabrication what she said to us. What she said to us and the letters that she's given us are complete and utter bollocks. It's just complete bollocks. It's made up. So she must have known when we were having that meeting with her. And at the time, I think I remember she was coming off from a period of being away. So I'm guessing that might have been sick. So, I think she knew at that time that she was done. And she's just probably been putting stuff off and avoiding certain things. We've had 2 conversations with this since then, and she said it was in process. So yeah, she's just full of shit. I'm just not saying. I just hope my wife doesn't see her walking down the road. I'm only joking. The thing is, I don't blame her. I don't. It's the same thing with everything in this world. Just people being full of shit. And that's why I live off the thing of don't expect anything from anyone ever. I live by that motto. I do not expect anything from anyone. My mum, my wife, my kids, anything. The only person I expect to do stuff for me is me. And that's it. You can't depend on anybody else. But in this situation where I can get arrested if my son doesn't go to school, I'm depending on other people. And this is the prime example of why I don't depend on anyone. Zero expectations of other people. I've ranted. I'm done. I'll see you in my next video. Peace out. Stay safe. Stay beautiful. Bye bye.